guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. So today's video is going to be another one of my declutter videos. In case you guys missed it, I am decluttering my makeup collection. I will put the playlist in the description box below, but I did film quite a few declutter videos already. So if you want to check them out, I'll link it in the description box below. Today I'm going through and decluttering bronzers. I do have quite a few bronzers, but I feel like I use the same ones over and over, so I definitely want to declutter about half of my collection. So that's my goal for today. So all of my bronzers are in these two sections, as well as like my contour products. I don't use too many contour products, but for the sake of this video, I just wanted to film it all together. So the first product is from Smashbox. It is a trio. This one is actually a mini size of a full size version they have. It comes with a bronzer shade, a contour shade, and a highlight shade. This one came as part of like a holiday collection, but I use it almost every single day, so I'm definitely going to hang on to it. I don't really use the bronzer shade, but I use the contour shade and the highlight shade. If you're looking for like a good contouring kit, this is definitely my favorite out of all of the ones that I'm going to mention in this video, so I definitely recommend picking up the full size. I think it's worth it. So right here I have my Too Faced bronzers, and I have decluttered a few of them. I have the entire collection. They sent them to me as PR a long time ago, which was really nice of them, but I've kept a few of them. I feel like they're just a good go-to option. They have a lot of different bronzers, so no matter what you're looking for, you're going to be able to find something that works for you in terms of like shimmery or matte or lighter or darker, so I am a fan of these. So the first one I have is the Bronzed and Poreless Pore Perfecting Bronzer. I really like this one because it goes on the skin really beautifully. It's just a smooth bronzer, and it's a little bit on the lighter side, so if you do have a more fair complexion, this is definitely going to be a great option for you. I think that this one is my favorite out of all of them, so I am going to hang on to this one. Next I have the Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This one is a great option. It's like their regular Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, but it's lighter. So if you have like a fair to light skin tone, this is definitely going to be a good option for you, but I like this one as well, so I'm going to hang on to it. And then I also have the Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I like to use this one during the summertime. I did declutter the Dark Chocolate Soleil a while ago, but I like to keep both of these on hand just because I use this one when I have a slight tan and the other one during the winter time. Here are some quick swatches. Starting from the left, we have the Bronzed and Poreless, then in the middle is the Milk Chocolate, and then on the right is the regular chocolate bronzer. These are pretty light bronzers, so I would definitely say they're great if you have a fair to light complexion. My favorite is Bronzed and Poreless because it's really soft and smooth, but it also leans a little bit orangey, so it just depends on your preference. This one is their Pink Leopard bronzer, which I really like. It's actually more of a blush. I don't know why it's in my bronzer section. That's probably why I haven't gotten a ton of use out of it, but I am going to move it to my blush section and hang on to it. This one is the Snow Bunny bronzer. I am going to go ahead and declutter this one because it's a little bit too shimmery to be a bronzer, because it's also like a corally peach shade. It is really beautiful. I think it would make a pretty blush, but since I kept the other one, I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. And then this one is the Sun Bunny bronzer. I am going to hang on to this one too because it gives you a really beautiful shimmery finish. So I'm not doing it too great in terms of decluttering yet, but I still have a lot to go through, and I will make sure I get this collection down to about half the size. So let's jump into the other bronzers. So from the left we have Pink Leopard, then Snow Bunny, then Beach Bunny. Pink Leopard is a beautiful blush, and actually Snow Bunny would make a pretty blush too, but I feel like it's just a little bit too bronzy for me for a blush. And then I am going to keep Sun Bunny because it is a beautiful shimmery bronzer without being too intense. So next I have this really pretty bronzer from Laura Geller. It's their Baked Mediterranean bronzer in the shade Moroccan Bronze. I don't know if this is actually part of like their permanent line. I think I got it in a set from either Haute Look or like HSN or QVC. I turned down the exposure a little bit, so I hope you can see these a little bit better. But I love this blush. I think it is so beautiful, but I have other blushes that are really similar to it, so I think I'm actually going to go ahead and pass this one along to somebody else since it is pretty much brand new. I just don't think I need to keep it too. This one is the Shimmer Bronzing Powder from Model Co. It's really beautiful. I think if you're looking for a shimmery blush, this is a pretty option, but I think that one of the Too Faced blushes that I kept is really similar to this one too, so I am going to go ahead and declutter it. So this one is the BECCA Mineral Bronzing Powder in the shade Duende. I love the formula of this so much, which is the reason why it's been in my collection for so long, and I really like wearing it, but it's way too dark for me, and I think it's going to be even too dark for me during the summertime, so unfortunately I have to pass this one along, but I love the formula. So if they still have this in their collection, I think I might have to purchase it in a lighter shade because it just blends really beautifully. This one is the BUXOM bronzer in the shade Tahiti. I love the formula of this bronzer. It's so smooth and it makes your skin just look really beautiful and glowy, so I am going to hang on to this one. It is a little bit dark for me now, but I'm hoping it will match me a little bit better in the summertime. If not, I'll end up decluttering it at the end of the summer. but I really do hope that it matches me because the formula is amazing. So this is the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. It is a really cool product. If you are a fan of cream contouring, I think that you might like it. Personally, I'm just not a fan of cream contouring, so I never get any use out of it, and it's a little bit too dark for me anyway, so I am going to go ahead and declutter this one. I have the e.l.f. Bronzer Palette, and I really don't use this as much as I should. I love the shades in this palette. It's a little bit too dark for me during the winter time, but again, I'm going to hang on to this one for the summer and see if I can get some use out of it. I just love their quads in general. I feel like they're so pigmented, really blendable, so I am going to hang on to this one. Then I have their Powder Contour Palette, which I did use for a while. There's a pretty good dent in a lot of the products, but I haven't used it in a very long time. I feel like I just found another contour product that works better for me, and I just don't end up reaching for it. So I am going to declutter it. I would hang on to it, but realistically, I don't think I'll get a whole lot of use out of it. But if you're looking for a good, affordable option, I definitely recommend checking this one out. So I only have one ColourPop bronzer. I thought I had other ones, but I think some of my highlighters are just really dark, so I thought they were bronzers. But this one is in the shade K-Pop, or no, it's part of the K-Pop collection in the shade Bronze Me. So I feel like this color is really beautiful. If you have a darker skin tone, or even like a medium to tan skin tone, it would be so beautiful on you, but it's way too dark for me, so I am going to go ahead and pass this one along to somebody else. It would make a pretty shadow, but I have enough brown shadows that I just feel like I don't need to keep it. I have the e.l.f. Baked Bronzer in the shade Los Cabos, which is really beautiful. I don't think I've actually even tried this. It's like a newer addition to my collection, so I am going to try it before I decide whether to keep it or declutter it. It's a really beautiful color, and I love their baked blush formula, so I definitely want to make sure I try this one out. I have Betty Luminizer from the Balm. This is a really beautiful product. It can be used as a highlighter, blush, or bronzer depending on your skin tone and your preferences. Personally, I like to use it as a bronzer, and I feel like it would be a beautiful highlight on a darker skin tone. The formula is just really beautiful. I have all three of like their luminizers. There's like one that's a highlight, one that's a blush, but I love this one so much if I want like a shimmery bronzy look, so I am going to hang on to it. I have this really beautiful bronzer from Physicians Formula. It's a really gorgeous shade, and the formula itself is so smooth. It blends onto the skin so beautifully, and I just can't get enough of it. I used it like all summer long, and then it was a little bit too dark for me once fall came around, so I purchased the Butter Bronzer, but I am going to hang on to this one and use it during the summertime. I just love the formula. So like I said, I do have the Butter Bronzer. This one is in the lighter shade, and it's a beautiful bronzer. First of all, it smells amazing. It smells like coconuts. It smells like you are on vacation, which I love every single day when I get to use it, but it also is just like the perfect bronzer. I feel like it's light enough for my fair skin tone, but it also does a great job at just like warming up the complexion. So I'm a huge fan of this one. I definitely recommend checking it out. I have this Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer. I've tried to like this so many times. It's their Baked Luminous Glow Bronzer in Sweet Tea. The packaging is really cute, of course, like all of Too Faced products come in really cute packaging, but I just feel like it's too shimmery as a bronzer. I did hang on to a few bronzers that were shimmery, but when you mix this all together, the left side just makes it a little bit too light and too shimmery. You can use the left side as a highlight and the right side as a bronzer, but I just feel like it's so cute that somebody else might like it more than me, so I am going to pass it along to somebody else. Okay, I just have a few products left, so I have my Essence Sun Club bronzer. I really like this bronzer. I feel like the powder itself is so soft and blendable, which I don't find with a ton of powder products, so it goes on the skin so beautifully. If you have trouble with your bronzers blending, you're definitely going to want to check this one out. It does have a strong scent, which is hard to explain, but if you're sensitive to scents, keep that in mind. It's kind of like a fresh scent, but it is very strong. I am going to declutter it only because I feel like it's a little bit too light for my skin right now, and my skin is kind of like the lightest that it's going to be the rest of the year. So I'm going to pass it along to somebody else, but it is a great option from the drugstore. Okay, so I actually have two contour kits in my collection right now. I have one from Anastasia, and then this other one that I got in a subscription box a while ago. This one is brand new, but it is literally like an exact dupe for the Anastasia one. Let me show you the Anastasia kit first. So I actually forgot that I had this. Like, how ridiculous. It was in a different part of my makeup collection that I didn't see it very often. So now that I've rediscovered it, I have to try it out because I have been into contouring lately. I'm not always into contouring and highlighting, but sometimes I get into it, and right now I've been loving my other contour kit. So I do want to keep using this one since I have it in my collection. So I am going to hang on to this one because the other one is an exact dupe. Let me show you guys. So I don't know this brand very well. I got it in a subscription box, but I would keep this one. Like, it doesn't really matter to me which brand, but since it is brand new, I'm going to go ahead and give it to somebody else who could enjoy it. I really don't need both both of them, so it's crazy to me. Like, it looks almost exactly the same. On top is the Anastasia one, and then on the bottom is the Aesthetica one. So it looks like an exact dupe, but I just don't need both of them. So I'm going to hang on to Anastasia since I've already used it and pass the other one along to somebody else. Okay guys, that is the end of my declutter. I think I did a pretty good job. I think I got rid of half. If I didn't get rid of half, I definitely came close. I didn't have like a super crazy amount of bronzers, but I mean, I don't understand why I did have so many because I kind of use the same ones over and over. So these are all of the bronzers I'm decluttering, passing along to family and friends, and then some of them had like more than one in them. So I think I did a pretty good job. What do you guys think? Make sure you let me know in the comments below what your favorite bronzer is so I can make sure to check it out. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.